Well, the cruise news is coming in hot today. We have new ships to talk about being floated out. We have new ships being delivered. We have 3 additional cruise lines lifting their mask mandates. There's cruise cancellations. There's itinerary changes. There's so much going on. Let's talk about it now on Midships. Hey, welcome to the Midships YouTube channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today. Well, as you can see, I'm finally back from basically 10 days on the ocean. I spent 1 day in between here back on dry land, but we're here on dry land for a couple weeks. So welcome back to the Florida studio. I'm just fresh off Carnival Magic this morning. Had an excellent time, enjoyed a nice little debarkation day brunch, posted some things on the Midships Instagram at Midships Cruise if you want to check it out. Now, we got tons of cruise news to get into, and why don't we go ahead and start with these 3 new cruise lines that are ripping off the masking policy. The first one being Celebrity Cruises. From cruisehive.com by Melisa Mayntz, Celebrity adjusts their masking policy. Following the lead of their sister company, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity has adjusted their onboard face mask policy and will no longer be requiring masks for vaccinated guests beginning February 12th. That's today for those of you keeping track, unless the guests are attending activities in the theater or the casino. Unvaccinated guests will still be required to wear masks in all indoor areas. And in addition to Celebrity Cruises, there are 2 other, more upscale cruise brands that are taking off the masks. Let's learn more from Pfalz. From Donald Wood, Oceania Cruises and Regent 7 Seas also lifting onboard mask mandates. Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings announced their 2 sub-brands, Oceania and Regent 7 Seas Cruises, will lift their mask mandates for fully vaccinated passengers beginning March the 1st. Norwegian Cruise Line itself announced the same changes earlier this week, with all 3 brands now following the same coronavirus protocols. And remember, the cruise line also made some changes to their vaccination policies, allowing children under the age of 5 to now begin sailing unvaccinated on the line. So there you go, a little bit of good news for those of you who really don't love wearing the masks on board the ships. And remember, if you are a person that likes wearing the masks, no one's stopping you, so make sure you go ahead and keep it on if that's what you want to do. Now, Virgin Voyages is getting ready to launch their newest cruise ship. I want to remind you about the Valiant Lady. From cruiseindustrynews.com, Virgin's ready for their 2nd ship with bookings up 70%. Virgin has confirmed the 2nd ship, the Valiant Lady, will begin sailing in the UK in March of this year. The company is showcasing the new ship in Tilbury and Liverpool, where fans are invited to wave her in before the company kicks off bookable European sailings from Portsmouth in March of this year. And that's not the only brand new cruise ship on our agenda today. There's actually 2 more. But before we get into those, I want to remind you, all these articles referenced in today's episode are linked in the description below this video. While you're down there at the very top, there's a link to the Midships Instagram page. I encourage you to check it out. I have uploaded so much fantastic content from my cruise on the Carnival Magic and the cruise before it on the Carnival Liberty. Go in there, check it out, search for me at Midships Cruise. There's also a link up here in this corner here. I'll post it up there. Last but not least, also at the top of that description box, there's a link to my Amazon influencer store. That's where you can find all of the cruise essentials I take with me on every single cruise, from magnetic wall hooks to passport covers, all kinds of things that you didn't know you couldn't live without on your next cruise. The best part is just clicking on the links does help give back to this channel and support my work just a wee little bit, even if you don't buy anything. Thank you so much. Now let's get back to the cruise news. And Carnival, they've got a brand new ship coming out. Let's learn about what happened with the Carnival Celebration. From travelpulse.com by Lacey Pfalz, Carnival Celebration ship marks key construction milestone. And there's a video attached to this article. I'll go ahead and run it. This is courtesy of the Carnival newsroom as I'm reading here. Carnival's newest ship, the Carnival Celebration, has marked a major milestone in its construction on February 11th, when it floated out of the shipyard in Finland to move to a new dock, where she'll continue the final stages of her completion. The ship is the 2nd of 3 Excel-class ships, sister to the Mardi Gras and the Carnival Jubilee, which is expected to set sail in late 2023. The ship runs on liquefied natural gas, which reduces its carbon emissions. The Carnival Celebration is expected to sail later this fall on a transatlantic voyage from Southampton, England to Miami in November, where she'll begin her first Caribbean season on November 21st. And let's keep the new cruise ship news rolling, because Disney Cruise Line has a new ship. She's called the Wish. And just like the last couple of ships, she's reached a major milestone. From cruiseindustrynews.com, we finally have our first look at the Disney Wish. And there she is. Wow. Disney knows how to paint a ship. They are so classy. The new Disney Wish has left the covered building hall at Meyer Werft shipyard. The new Disney Cruise Line ship will be powered by liquefied natural gas when she debuts at Port Canaveral this summer into revenue-based operations. The Wish is part of 3 new-build ships from the lineup of Disney, with more ships expected in 2023 as well as 2025. They'll join the company's existing fleet of Disney Magic, Wonder, Dream, and Fantasy. And if you check out my Instagram story from this morning, I had a wonderful shot of the Disney Fantasy in Port Canaveral, surrounded by the morning mist. Now, you all know I love reporting on cruise ship restart news. Well, there's one that's restarting yet again. It's already restarted, but they pulled it back out, and now she's coming back. Let's learn who it is. And hint, hint, it's from Royal Caribbean. And this little blurb comes from cruiseindustrynews.com. These are the Royal Caribbean ships that are going to be next in the fleet to restart operations. And the next one being Jewel of the Seas on February 20th. We're about 8 days away from the restart of Jewel of the Seas. As you may know, she's already been operating in the US, but they pulled her out of service. She became one of those sort of quarantine ships for the line, but she's back and ready to go. And next up after Jewel of the Seas, the largest cruise ship ever built, Wonder of the Seas, is expected to launch March 4th. And do you remember how Carnival pulled the Spirit and the Sensation out of Australia to come over to the US? Well, Princess Cruise Line, they're doing something similar. Let's learn about it. This is from cruiseradio.net by Sarah Bretz. Princess cruise ship will sail in the US earlier than planned, after the Asia and Australia seasons are canceled. Princess has canceled a number of cruises in Asia and Australia on the Sapphire Princess, and the ship will instead be returning to service out of the United States. The ship was originally slated to cruise between Hong Kong and Australia on August 28th and then repositioned to Los Angeles November 17th. But now Sapphire Princess will forgo its Asia and Australia schedule and restart operations early from the US on June 25th. This means all the voyages on that ship from August 28th to October 29th have been officially canceled. And speaking of cancellations, we've got one from Norwegian Cruise Line. This is kind of a strange one. It leads me to believe they might be thinking of maybe getting rid of this ship. I don't know what's going on. It's not confirmed. That's just a hunch I have. It's a little older ship. It was built way back in '96, I think it entered service. Let's learn more about which ship it is. Coming from cruiseradio.net by Richard Sims. Norwegian will cancel most, but not all of a ship's 2023 sailings. NCL sent out a letter to travel partners informing them that most 2023 sailings aboard Norwegian Sky have been canceled. No reason has been given for the cancellations aboard the Sky, and they don't seem to relate in any way to the still unfolding pandemic. Yet the letter sent out to travel partners offered no clear explanation to why the cruises were canceled. So if you're booked on the Sky, go ahead and take a quick peek at this. I'm not going to list them all off. That would be boring for most of you out there. I'm sure not many of you are actually sailing on the Sky. So what's notable about the cancellations is that there's several small gaps, and sure enough, at the time of publication, you can still book the cruises in those gaps. And the Norwegian Sky is not the only ship that has impacted itineraries, because Carnival Cruise Line, we've got like 4 ships for the line that have some impacts going on. Let's learn more from cruisehive.com. In an email sent out to guests booked on several Carnival ships, it cites we're refining operational plans as the reason for itinerary changes on 4 vessels. No further details were given. The affected sailings include Carnival Horizon on the 13th, Carnival Conquest on the 14th, the Vista on the 19th, and the Glory on the 20th, all of this month, February of 2022. Carnival Cruise Line did post new ports for these cruise ships, and here they are listed in this article. You can see they're going to a lot of the cruise line islands, as well as Nassau, Cozumel, and Amber Cove. So it's a pretty jam-packed cruise news episode. If you like cruise news delivered to you like this every single day, make sure you subscribe to this channel with the bell notification turned on. While you're down there, give me the biggest compliment you can give any content creator. Hit that thumbs up button. Tells YouTube to push this video out to more cruisers like you. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today, and until tomorrow, we'll see ya on the Midships.
La 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 la